Chelsea or Star. So I don't know the way to put it over the next possum chip. According to the lovebirds between 11:45 a.m. Figure appeared walking from the edge of the cliff in open air and disappeared for shivers. It's one of them. That's their height. The Possum Massacre. Corpse husbands. I'm reading that. Really? Because graveyards are just ghost factories. History that won't stay history. That's funny. Wow. Wow, okay. It's weird. The softball incident? So she put a kid in the hospital while she played softball. Interesting. Yeah, I already dug around a little bit. uh. uh. Nerd. Clearly, it's science. Oh my freaking god. Ooh. Selma. And the sewer fishing guy. Didn't quite recognize him. You know, without a fishing pole in his hand. The second meeting of the Possum Springs Poetry Society. Oh, cool. Yes, I want to stick around. Fisherman Jones. Oh no. Brian putting him on the spot like that. Eels. Amphibie. Jesus Christ, this is deep. That's pretty deep. What are you two? hey look. I got a thing. We live here. They are nice to get. I like getting things. Things are really cool. You remember when I told you about my coworkers' names, like way back when? We had Big Joe and Little Joe. Every time I see Little Joe, I just think of Little Joe. He's a very hateful person and very obnoxiously loud. And he's very short. Yes. Like one time I was bringing this box of I think mayonnaise to his aisle, and he was like halfway down the aisle, and he shouts at me, "Just throw it," and I'm like, okay, and so I toss it, and it like makes it to him, but he doesn't catch it. He just turns away and lets it fall all over the ground, and it just splatters like all over the place. And he just looks at me like, "Did you seriously just throw that?" I was like, "You asked me to." I was like, "What a dick." It was more like it had those like standard sized like little jar things in it. They're like plastic jars that comes in like a box of 12. I think it was Duke's brand. Yeah, and it just like all over the place. And I mean, you get used to throwing pretty heavy boxes when you're working in retail. I'm sure you know about it. It gets easier. Yeah, they're not like super huge jars. They're like standard sized jars of mayo. But yeah, it just went all over the place. And he just looked at me like a blank stare. Okay, what he did was he looked down at the stuff, and he had turned his head slowly up and looked at me, and he had this blank face. It was hilarious. I couldn't help but laugh. Yeah, he was. Yeah, and one day he had dropped like this whole box of ketchup, and he ended up just getting so mad that he picked up another box of ketchup and just chucked it down his aisle, and it splattered all over the place. God, sometimes I kind of miss him. Other times, not really. I mean, he used to stay late and finish everything, but he was just so angry at everything. I was afraid he would have a heart attack in the middle of the night. Anyway, yeah, Little Joe. If anybody is going to be haunting somebody, it would be definitely Little Joe. Definitely be Little Joe. Well, I mean, you could be afraid of it and totally interested in it at the same time. Filled with, like, dread and shit. Oh yeah, he was a ton of fun. One day we were breaking down one of the trucks, and I didn't know where things go, and I just started like putting them where I thought they would go, where it would make sense. And he looks at me. He goes, "Craig, how long have you been working here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because this doesn't go here. Anyway, just the way he said it was like terrible and completely demeaning, but he didn't really mean it. Like if you legitimately got like upset at something he said, he would go to you like one-on-one and apologize and ask if you're doing okay. He was actually really, really nice. Share custody of you and your ghost. Oh, poor May. Oh my goodness.